to add to that, really transparently, I think onboarding in a CS organization, regardless of which specific role you're in, can be very difficult because there's so much to learn. The CS team ends up becoming kind of the breadth of knowledge for all things customer. And depending on the organization and how you've grown, I know at Achievers, we've got customers on legacy models or on legacy configurations. There's, so as you come in new to the organization and you've got to learn all of that historical kind of tribal knowledge. And I'm not sure from Josh or Jamie from your experience, but I know for us, what's challenging is that there's a lot of tribal knowledge and we grew so quickly that when we were growing quickly, we weren't thinking like, oh, let's document that and let's write this down here and let's capture this here. We're much better at that now because we've had to scale and, and grow the organization. But there's still so much information that lives in people's heads, and that's why kind of retention is such an important topic as well. When you have great people, how do you make sure that you continue to inspire them and give them meaningful opportunities to feel fulfilled and rewarded in that regard? So onboarding is difficult for sure. One of our best practices has been to create a formal buddy system so that everyone who joins the organization, in any function, but in particular in CS, I think we do an exceptionally good job here, gets partnered with someone else who does that same role. And not to say that we have lots of training and enablement and the leader plays a role, but that buddy is kind of like your safe space, the person you could go to with any question, no judgment zone. So that, as you're ramping up and getting up to speed on all these things and you're not sure, like, am I supposed to already know this? Am I even supposed to ask this question? That's like your one-stop shop. And we also onboard and hire remotely. To Jamie's point, a lot of that's to do with trying to be near the customer, which of course in a pandemic world is maybe less relevant, but one day we will see people again and we will go to be with our customers in person. And so being somewhat local, or at least a short distance from them, is important. And onboarding remotely, as we've all found out over the past kind of 12 months, it presents its own challenges. But I think that buddy system definitely is something that we continue to bring forward.